Welcome back to Social Club. Simple question, and I'll start with you first. Ira, can anyone stop Leicester?
No.
No. Amazing. I think we could probably draw a line under that there.
It's end the season now. Give Leicester the Premiership.
I keep expecting the wheels to come off. I thought Everton were gonna do.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Everton, a fairly decent team. They've had a bit of an up and down season, but have had a lot of consistency. You've got Lukaku on fire.
Stop talking now. Stop talking.
Just got him going.
Yeah. You haven't seen us, have you?
How many goals has Lukaku scored?
Yeah, he scored loads of goals.
How many goals has he scored games he scored in a row in the Premiership?
It's not about Lukaku. It's about the other 10 idiots.
So,
We're talking about Leicester. Come on, get back to Leicester.
This is the point.
Get back to Leicester.
Why is Vardy getting the recognition for the goals that he's scored in a row? Whereas Lukaku,
because they're top of the league.
Because
they're top of the league.
Yeah.
That's simple as that.
I genuinely, but in all seriousness, we knew there'd be goals using Leicester. There were goals.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I don't think it was that foolish to think you could have got
no,
in that game.
But going back to something we said in the previous show about playing almost against the grain at times. I mean, I've said on this show before, I couldn't quite understand why teams were playing such high lines against Leicester, and then you see their second goal, the penalty, and how much space Vardy had behind us, and it was just basically because they allowed us to come on and push up and get that sense of confidence in ourselves. But their back four don't go anywhere. The fullback, right, and this might be a shock to the young kids, the fullbacks just defended. I mean, I don't know what that's all about, but they just defended. They weren't like rampaging, they just defended. Yeah. And that just stopped us on the edge of the box. The amount of shots that we had that they blocked was incredible. Yeah. I don't think we had many on target, but they blocked so many shots. They got bodies in the way, and then they just broke, and they found that space behind us. Because obviously, if we'd sat on the edge of our box and were attacking, it'd be a massive big space in midfield. And they just utilised that space, and they've got players up front who, like Vardy, Okazaki, I think I've said that right, and I just worked their bollocks off all day, and they've got their rewards, and they're a little bit snidey, they're a little bit canny, they've got a good goalie, they've got, they've got players with talent. Mahrez, they're a good side. If it falls apart, it'll fall apart because they'll get a couple of injuries in those attacking areas, because they still concede goals. I think they've conceded as many goals as Everton have, but they've got that knack of winning games, and they can come from behind. And they've come to Goodison Park and took the lead 3 times. Yeah. I mean, that they've done brilliantly well. So I think they will fall off. But when though? Are we just? Listen, is it just a case of waiting for injuries? Man City were only top of the league for a week 2 seasons ago, as you well know. Yeah. And they won the league. Yeah. And that's all it takes sometimes. That's true. But I just think that because they rely so heavily on those 2 players, and also the work rate is incredible, and if that starts to drop off as well, there'll be cracks. But they've done brilliantly well, and they're a team that the players dictate the system. Yeah. I think that's really important as well. Yeah.
If you look at it though, the only way they will fall off is by their own doing. And there's a team that happened to last season, West Ham. Right up to Christmas and New Year, absolutely blinding, absolutely brilliant. After New Year, just dropped off straight away. Yeah. And just fell. It is all a case of if and when, but it will only be by their doing. I don't think anybody can stop them. I keep coming back to this particularly because Liverpool have got them in the next game. There's got to be a way to deal with it, because like we keep saying, it's not like a complex brand of football. Because let's be honest, it's not. We talked about this before on one of the earlier segments about like tiki-taka football and what have you. And when you've got the best players in the world playing that style of football, you're basically unbeatable because you just don't lose possession and you just build up until you score a goal. But in this one, someone's got to be able to find a counterbalance to be able to stop whatever it is. I don't know whether that's just parking. Do you have to have the bottle to park the bus against Leicester? Is that? That's given them. I thought you were going to do that. I genuinely thought Mourinho was going to go. Well, fuck it, I will do this because I'm really good at this and I'll stop them. I think his plan was part of the bus. When we first set up, it looked like that, but it's just the fact that the players weren't playing. Like, I go back to that.
that's the reason we conceded. He was saying, Mourinho said, I looked at the 4 options. We did it in training that whole week. They scored by 2 of those options. I think we're a bad example to use right now. I think the thing with Leicester is they've got such a good balance of the style. Mahrez is flair, Vardy is proper grit. He is very, he just goes for it the whole time. Yeah. And it's just that great balance that they have in that squad. It's difficult to balance that for another team, because I can't think of another team in the Premier League that, in terms of styles, are as balanced as Leicester.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah.
It's a perfect storm, really is. At Leicester, just everything's just fitted in at the right time. I think one thing will be really important though. You can imagine Saturday's game, Goodison Park. If Martinez had said, "Well, you know what, we're gonna let these dictate the play," you can imagine how that would have gone down. You're at home. Now, in the second half of the season, I think a lot of teams will start paying Leicester that kind of respect. Because at the moment, we're all like, Leicester, behave yourselves. Yeah. No one's giving them that kind of respect. Yeah. But in the second half of the season, a lot of teams will start doing that.
Well, we've been saying this, look, because we're going into a home game against Leicester City as the underdogs. It's ridiculous, and that's what I think you're dead right on it. I'm hoping, from our perspective, that's a little bit of a tipping point where we actually, rather than worrying about how we play to some extent, we actually treat Leicester like a team that, for what they are, and look to counteract what they do, rather than going, well, look, forget pish posh these upstarts.
I think you've got the manager for that though as well, because he's new to the league and he comes from a culture in Germany where these teams do emerge, and he was the manager of one of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So he'll be used to that. He's not going to come in and go, but they're only Leicester. That'll mean nothing to him. That'll mean absolutely nothing to him, and he will look at it and go, you know what, I will park the bus, because I've got a boss goalie and a boss back 4, and I've got strikers who will score goals given any chance of set pieces. So let's do it.
Didn't that boss goalie and boss back 4 concede, 3 goals? It's okay, come in, it's okay. It's okay.
I think that, yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
It'll get better soon.
That coming from a Chelsea fan? Oh my God! We're all on our meds here, and we're getting dictated to by a Chelsea fan.
Oh my God! What are you going to do? Is Hiddink going to win the FA Cup again this season? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's
when are you going to win the Premier League? Just checking. You were a few points off a couple of seasons ago, weren't you?
I'm just going to go sit over there.
Debut and last appearance in one whole package there. Good on you.
If we're talking about trophies, I'm just going to go sit over there, all right, lads, and I'll just let you continue. I'm just going to make a little exit around the back.
Yeah. So again, we've asked
this soon enough.
We've asked this a few times. Look, Leicester, top of the table at Christmas. Only 2 sides, or two sides, one team have failed to win the Premier League title from that position in recent years. That would be us twice.
Did Leeds not do it as well?
Yeah, in recent years. Fucking Leeds. Who are Leeds? Remember Leeds?
Leeds.
How many people watching? If you're watching at home,
do you know who Leeds are? Have you ever
heard
heard of this Leeds?
Leeds? Who are Leeds?
They're in the north.
Are
so
they?
it's nothing to worry about.
That's what his butler uses to take as many hounds out with.
Yes.
You there, Davros, take out the hounds.
That's my Leeds.
Leeds. They used to get coal from places like that, but your people shut them down. So.
Yes. Anyway, move on. I want to know, actually, we don't want to move on. Then Leicester, go on. Will they win the title?
No.
I think just a slightly better version of like what Southampton were last season.
I don't think I will. Last week I was like, no, you know when you know I'm trying not to swear. I don't like swearing. It creates a culture of unpleasantness. And I'm Mr. Positive, you know this.
Absolutely.
I think that last week when I seen them beat Chelsea, I wasn't actually happy that they beat Chelsea, because I'm of the mind where it's like, why can't we ever do that? Why can't we ever do that? Why can't we be that team that does that? You know, we've got no money either.
You did under Moyes.
You did beat us.
No, I don't mean that. I'm talking about being top of the league, dickhead. That hurt my feelings. Why can't we ever be that team? But I haven't watched them on Saturday. I'll give them a lot more respect. I thought they were excellent. I thought they just made a nonsense of Martinez's tactics. Well, it's not the only team, but they worked hard. They got the rewards. And afterwards, they weren't like too cocky about it. The manager comes out, he's got respect for everybody. Probably why Chelsea sacked him. He's got respect for everyone, and they've got this culture where they work hard. The fans, although the big rugby toffs, they seem to enjoy it as well. So fair play to them. But I mean,
lots of fellas from Nuneaton.
Yeah.
Glomming on the Leicester bandwagon
Hinkley
at the moment.
and
Yeah, Nuneaton. But you know what? I was actually over at me because my wife's family's from that way, and I was there at the weekend, and her dad, who can't stand football, pays no attention to football, literally reads the back page headlines just so he can just have a general conversation with me, says, we're top of the league, aren't we?
We.
Aren't
Yeah,
we? Although, right, Leicester, I don't know, Tom, what camera are we on? Right, this is a direct plea to Leicester and the fans. Get rid of those stupid fucking clacking things, you bad modern football tools.
And the
I was
drum
gonna
as
say
well.
another word. And the drum as well.
The drum, yeah.
You can't say that on your Chelsea. You have fake flags. Take it down.
Instruments should be banned from football.
Well, that's an argument for another day, because I genuinely believe that until I...
Listen, next time you come up from King's Landing, right? You leave the chip at
From
the door,
the
lad.
Lannister family dinner party. Then, you know.
And whatever you do to your sister, that's your business. I don't want to know about it with your fake hand.
I don't have a sister. Leave me alone.
Well, that's what you make. That's how you.
She's also your mother.
Yeah. No, that's how you justify it by saying she's not my sister. Anyway, right.
We're just cousins.
Back to Leicester.
Anyway, no, not back to Leicester. Back to moving on. Solidly. I feel this is descending into farce.
Christmas.
Much like the Premier League and the top four in general. And I actually never asked, we talked a little bit about the form table in the last video. Never asked who's bottom of the form table at the minute.
Villa.
Villa.
Swansea City, there you go. Proof that we all know what the fuck we're talking about.
I'm not asked about my own club.
Check out the rest of the show on the Ball Street YouTube channel. We've been discussing potential move from Mourinho to Manchester United. We've been discussing, as kind of we've mentioned there, a little bit about the form guide and the mentalness of it, and whether two up top is the answer in Premier League football to stop us all dying of boredom from no goals being scored by one lone gunman. And still to come as well, I really just need to memorise these better. Can Liverpool get top four? How did I forget that one? Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, do it now, we'll wait.
And I think we're done.
Great, and we'll see you back for the rest of the content.